This was far from my dream job. I worked long hours, bouncing back and forth between washing dishes and taking orders and cleaning up, only to wake up the next day and do it all over again. But there's a certain comfort in routine, even if it's less than ideal. I had dropped out of high school and didn't have a path forward. This job is all I had, or at least that's what I thought. But God had other plans. He tested me in that moment and ultimately set me on a path I never intended to explore. This manager happened to be the new general manager of the restaurant. He and we couldn't have been more different. And the only thing we shared in common was the same name, Christian. We were an unlikely match, but he took the time to get to know me, and he mentored me. He trusted and believed in me, oftentimes giving me more responsibility. I felt seen and valued, things I had forgotten. Eventually, he was asked to oversee 5 other restaurants, and he needed me to manage one of them. I eagerly waited our next meeting, but when it came, he delivered some unexpected news. His leaders rejected his requests multiple times. The Bible introduces us to a woman named Rahab. She lived on the margins of her society. Her home was on the wall of the city of Jericho, which meant she was the first in line of fire and the most vulnerable to harm if another nation attacked. She was unprotected, unimportant, and unseen. Well, the day came and the Israelites were ready to attack. Spies knocked on her door and she was immediately placed in the crosshairs of having to decide how to respond. Would she treat these men with the same disregard and contempt she so often received? Or would she choose kindness? When Rahab looks at her life in that moment, there is little to be proud of or to celebrate. Life had been hard, painful, and lonely. Yet she chose to offer them kindness and safety. 2 things she had been searching for. She put her faith in a God she'd only heard about, and she trusted that he would deliver his people, and surely he would deliver her too. She protected the spies, and God protected her and her family. When my manager gave me the news that day, he responded confidently, "You were meant for something much greater than this. I see it in you." He directed me to focus all of my energy on finding out my purpose. And so I did. Within 2 months, I was checking into my college dorm. And having received a scholarship for my GED scores, I pursued a path that led me to become a healthcare chaplain. His kindness was my turning point. He rescued me from low self-esteem and a dim future, and he refused to let me fall short of my purpose and potential. His compassion revealed his faith in me, and in turn, renewed my faith in God and humanity. I've been blessed to find my calling in healthcare ministry. And to put it in its simplest terms, healthcare is nothing more and nothing less than the work of kindness. To consider the sufferings of others, regardless of who they are and where they come from, says more about our faith in God and humankind than anything else. Our hardships don't define us. Rather, they strengthen what's deep inside and reaffirms the kindness that flows from being rooted in faith.